I've got the solution.
You know how to make an item filter?
Yeah.
Okay. We need to
let's make this
lock.
cross.
We need to lock a hopper, and then they usually use sticks.
Sticks.
Cause then
Yeah, the sticks. The sticks. Yeah.
Cause you
yeah,
need like
um,
40 something of one of. I don't, dude.
I've been doing Minecraft for 10 years, and I still don't know how to item filter it.
Redstone sorting can be hard to understand, even for those who have played Minecraft for a long time. This video aims to explain the various components involved and how they come together to help provide an intuitive understanding of how sorting works and some of the terms and useful techniques that are involved with it. The purpose of a basic sorter in Minecraft is to take blocks from a chest or item stream from a farm and sort them into various chests depending on the block, while usually outputting any miscellaneous items to another chest. Let's look at some of the components involved. Redstone dust has 16 different states, also known as signal strengths. Usually when it's powered to a signal strength of 15, and as it gets further away, it gets progressively dimmer until it turns back off, a signal strength of 0. Comparators use redstone signal strength in a variety of different ways. One of the primary ways, and the one that matters most for storage systems, is they can detect how full a container is and output a corresponding signal strength. If I put more blocks in this container, the strength will be higher. If I fully fill the container, it'll output a strength of 15. If I fully empty it, a strength of 0. There's a useful table from the Minecraft wiki that I'll put up on the screen that shows how many blocks for each type of container you need to get a specific signal strength. It's important to understand the difference between opaque and transparent blocks, otherwise known as conductive and non-conductive. This can help with routing redstone and make your redstone more controlled and easier to understand. Opaque blocks can power redstone components around them as well as redstone dust when powered. However, if they're powered with redstone dust rather than a repeater or something else, it cannot power other redstone dust. Transparent blocks, on the other hand, can't be powered and will not power any components around them. Opaque blocks can't go up a tower like this because it gets pinched on the corner, whereas transparent blocks can have redstone dust go up them. Opaque blocks can go down a staircase like this, but transparent blocks just can't. Usually in my redstone builds, I'll use transparent blocks wherever I can and only use opaque blocks when necessary because it reduces the places for redstone to power something unintentionally. If you're not sure what blocks are conductive and non-conductive, there's a super useful online tool called the Minecraft Block Property Encyclopedia, link in the description, that shows you tons of different properties for every block in Minecraft. From the home page, you can go to Property Selection, Unselect All, Conductive, and then go to Supporting Abilities, Supports Redstone. This will show you whether the block can conduct power or not, and whether it supports redstone. Then you can look up the block you're looking for. Hoppers are used for transporting items from one container to another. They will pull from whatever container is above them and push in whatever direction this little stud is facing, which depends on what side of the container you place the hopper on. It will always point towards the side you placed it. In this case, the hopper will pull the item down and then push it into the chest beside. If there's no container to push it into, the hopper will hold the item inside. If a hopper's below that hopper, then even if it's not pointing into it, the hopper below can still pull the item down. So, if I place the stone here, it will pull the stone down pull it down, and then push it into this chest. A hopper can be locked by powering it, preventing it from pulling or pushing items. If I lock this hopper and then put cobblestone in this chest, it will no longer pull it into the hopper. But if I unlock it and then quickly lock it, it will pull the item and hold it there. If I unlock it again, then it can push it into this chest. This can be used to make an item filter of sorts with two hoppers. I can lock the one on the bottom, preventing it from pulling, and this hopper won't push, but it can pull from this chest. So, if I fill all of the slots in this hopper with cobble, then the only thing this hopper can pull is cobble. If I then unlock the hopper below, then it can push cobble into this chest and it won't pull anything else. However, since I'm not relocking the hopper below, eventually it will pull all of the cobble out of the one above and start pulling the redstone dust, hopper, and whatever else is in this chest that we wouldn't want it to pull. And there it goes. So how does it all come together? Well, similar to the last hopper example, you have a locked hopper on the bottom and a hopper in the middle that's got all its slots filled with the item you're sorting out. Then we have a stream of items going across the top that it pulls from. It starts pulling items out, and that increases how many items are in the hopper. The comparator detects this and increases its signal strength by 1, turning on the repeater, turning off the redstone torch, and unlocking the hopper below. This starts pulling items through into the chest, and once all of the items are gone, this hopper will go back to where it was. The comparator turns to 1 less signal strength. The repeater turns off, and the torch turns back on, relocking this hopper. This ensures that there's always at least one item in each slot of the middle hopper, so that no other items can ever go through this filter. So that's how one sorter works. But it's made in such a way that it's what you would call one block tileable, meaning that you can build a second one right next to the first one without any of the components directly interacting with each other. You might think that the redstone dust would, but since only one item will ever be going through each filter at a time, the signal strength will only ever increase by 1, so it can't affect any other slices. One technique that is often used is taking an item and renaming it like a placeholder item, something that you wouldn't ever actually be sorting. You can replace all but one of these items with placeholders. And then you only need one item for it to properly sort. Though you actually need 2 because it keeps locking and unlocking this hopper, and so there's always going to be one additional item in the hopper below. Let's look at a couple of variants. This variant is very similar to the previous design, except that rather than only being 2 redstone dust in length, it's 3. This requires a few more items in the hopper, but that means that if you use placeholder items for the 4 other slots, then it can't overflow past what's expected if you aren't using a hopper as the input for the items. So say you're using a water stream, this will prevent, say, a full stack of items falling on the hopper. It increases all the way up to 64, and on a normal 2 redstone dust, it would output more signal strength than the comparator was expecting, and it would overflow to a item sorter next to it, unlocking that one as well. This sorter is unique because it only ever will lock the bottom hopper here, and it won't lock any hoppers below it, meaning you can put a hopper below it and will suck that extra item that is usually in the bottom hopper out. This means that using placeholder items, you only need one of the actual item for it to sort properly. This has been a brief explanation of how item sorting and the components involved work. Good luck with your redstone, and have a great day. Hey guys! I know this is a bit different from my last video, but I hope you still liked it. I'm trying to make a few different types of videos to see what I like. I really want this channel to be somewhere I feel comfortable posting various technical and creative content about the media I love. Let me know what you liked and how I can improve down in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.